Are you tired of being a boring old setter? In today's video, we are going to talk about jump setting and why it looks so pretty and why it's starting to become a very utilized skill in the sport of beach volleyball. Hey guys, welcome back to the Better at Beach YouTube channel. My name is Brandon. Today, I'm going to be talking about the jump set, how you can do it, when you should do it, and what are some issues with doing it. So in this video today, I'm going to talk about all of those things, and hopefully if you have any questions, you can leave me a comment below. If you guys haven't noticed, jump setting has become a very popular thing, especially on the men's side, and we're also starting to see it a little bit on the women's side too. And the reason that we're starting to see it a little bit more is that offenses are having to be more creative to score points. The one thing that we're really starting to see is that blockers are becoming humongous in the sport of beach volleyball. And normally when blockers become really tall, they lose the ability to move side to side, but these blockers are also super athletic. So one thing that we have to do is we have to overwhelm this blocker with a little bit more than just getting in front of the attacker and hitting. So the reason that we're starting to see it more is trying to make our partner's job of siding out a little bit easier. Along with that is blocking an attack on two is actually quite difficult because you're not really thinking about it as a blocker. It takes you from thinking about this attacker and having to get in front of them to now you have to think about two attackers coming at you at once. So it's a lot of foot movement, getting in front, and more than likely that blocker is going to be a little late, making the efficiency of scoring very high for that on two. And once they start setting with the jump set, then that's going to even free up that attacker even more because that blocker still has to think about that setter as a threat. Whenever we're thinking about jump setting, we need to make sure that we're not just jump setting to jump set. You know, jump setting looks very cool, but more than likely, when you first start jump setting, you're going to double more balls than you don't, okay? It's very difficult to get yourself in the air and then still have a controlled set, and it takes a lot of practice. So before you do this in a tournament, make sure that you're practicing this at practice. Really good time to try this is during your triangle setting or whatever drill you do before you play to find your setting touch. Whenever we're thinking about implementing the jump set, there's a couple things that have to happen before we actually implement it. And the first thing is that the setter or the person that's touching the ball second has to become a threat before thinking about jump setting. If you just go in and jump set and you haven't hit the ball before, then that blocker is not going to worry about you and they're not going to step in front of you, allowing for that attacker to have an open net. So what you must do before thinking about jump setting is you probably need to go over on two once or twice, which will make that blocker realize that you are a threat. It is very important for that blocker to find you as a threat before you start jump setting, because that's what's going to give the crowd the opportunity to go with all these oohs and ahs, because it's not necessarily the jump set that makes them ooh and ah. It's the fact that you tricked the blocker and the crowd into thinking that you were going to hit again rather than set. Somebody who does this wonderfully is Miles Partain, the youngster of the AVP. He will live off of either going over on two or jump setting. And if you watch the following clips with Miles, you'll see that when he goes up to set or to hit, it does not look very different. It's kind of hard to realize what is he about to do. Is he about to hit the ball over or is he about to set? And when you can get the blocker to have that inner monologue with themselves, then that's when you have won as a setter, allowing yourself to go over on two or using a very effective jump set to get that blocker out of their zone and make good blocks on your partner. Hopefully this video on jump setting explained a little bit of when you should be using it and why we're starting to see it a little bit more. I encourage you to go out to your practices to try this new form of setting because one, it is really fun to do. It'll make the game a little bit more exciting for you and your partner. And once you've figured out how to use it the correct way, it will allow you to score more points and it will allow your team to get more of a rhythm in troubled situations. The one thing I have to warn you about is don't just try to jump set in order to jump set. First off, if you cannot hand set 8 out of 10 balls clean, you shouldn't even think about jump setting. If you can set 8 out of 10 balls clean with your hands, then maybe throw in a little hop and increase that jump a little bit over time. And then eventually we want it to look like an actual attack. But make sure that your feet are underneath you, your feet are strong, you're getting to that ball quick, because if any of those things are lost, then you're pretty much just jumping in the air to get called by a double. If you're looking for some easy drills that will help you not only with setting, but anything beach volleyball, make sure you click the link below, which will give you access to our free drill book. I think it comes with 36 free drills that will definitely help you get better at beach volleyball. We'll see you next time.